What's up, everyone? We are back. Another episode with Albert J. Welcome back.
What's happening?
Not much. How was your? You were. Are
Shit.
you okay?
Smoking that good weed from Happy Hour Medicinal.
You got that while you were on tour or whatever? Like,
Yeah. So yeah, sorry about that. That was horrible.
no, you're good. You're good.
We just got back from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We did a couple stops in Arkansas and Tennessee and stuff. Did some shows at the Black Wall Street Gallery. Shout out to Happy Hour Medicinals for sponsoring that whole thing. And yeah, dude, I'm smoking on some of this shit now. How you been now?
I've been all right. Yeah, no, I saw that live on your Facebook when you were on the
tour. Heck yeah, man. That was a really dope experience, dude. And it was really dope for more reasons, I feel like, than just the performances and everything. There was a lot of history and culture in the places that we went, and I got to talk to and network with some really dope and intelligent and like just awesome individuals and stuff that, you know, I think it was a great experience. I think everybody in their lifetime should make some trip to Tulsa, Oklahoma and see what's going on.
Where'd you go? Like, what do you mean? Where is there to go out there?
So Tulsa, Oklahoma is the home of one of the most infamous massacres in U.S. history. Black Wall Street was a nickname given to Greenwood, the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, which was a booming business district predominantly of Black people in the 1920s, the early 1920s. And more or less through, racial injustice and certain, power dynamics and everything, there was a massacre that occurred there. Over 300 Black people were killed. It's the biggest act of domestic terrorism ever in the United States. And for so long, it's been trying to be, covered and made as something that didn't happen. It was just crazy to kind of see the actual historic side of something that happened like that. It was pretty breathtaking.
I see. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like a museum or something that you went to.
It's a gallery, and the entire town basically is what I consider a historic landmark. There's plaques down the street of the businesses that were burned down during the massacre. And there's a lot of, within those business plaques, there's the people who own those businesses, and the plaque, showed whether they died in the massacre or whether they lived, and most of them died. It's just a powerful thing to see. Like, the whole town was cool, but we performed at the Black Wall Street Gallery, which was kind of a mausoleum, museum-esque place to commemorate, being able to be back in the town more or less. And that was crazy. But it's like the bigger issue that I guess that was like formed out of all that and seeing all that historic shit is that it hasn't really changed that much in that town as far as a segregation-esque setting. And like, it sucks because, you get involved into a sense of, ignorance and safety when you're in a lot of these rural areas where, there's a lot of people of all different races and colors and stuff. And then you go to a place that's very segregated and racist, and it takes you by surprise when you see the pain in some of these people's faces for generational pain and suffering. It's crazy. It's a really insane experience.
Is this where that dispensary was?
The dispensary was in Tulsa, so it wasn't in the Greenwood district where Black Wall Street was, but it was in Tulsa. So they actually have they're actually getting another Black Wall Street gallery and actually going up setting it up in New York and Brooklyn, and we'll be doing that in January as well. But it was the first event of its.
Hold on, real quick. I'm sorry. I just realized this was way off. That's what was wrong.
That's hilarious.
I was trying to figure it out the whole time. It's been so long since we recorded, man. I'm saying
it feels like a month, dude. So like,
yeah, exactly.
You need to cut your fucking hair and shit.
It was getting way too long for Thanksgiving. I think they could have cut it a little more at the top.
Word, nah, you cool, bro. You all good, bro. Don't worry about that shit. But now,
exactly.
Our whole team, Wave Theory, and shout out to Happy Hour Medicinals and Symphonic Distribution and everybody for sponsoring that entire trip. It was a really, really dope experience.
No, and I mean, I say that to say, like, it seemed like, I don't know. I saw a couple people in the video, but it seemed like that place was owned by white people.
What, the Black Wall Street Museum?
No, the dispensary.
Yes, it was. That was
what I'm saying. Is there like a black-owned one by Greenwood?
There is not, actually, but that's not to the detriment necessarily, because Happy Hour Medicinals is doing stuff. They're partnering with the Last Prisoner Project, which is basically a movement and basically a movement and like a foundation and fundraising thing that helps people get out of jail for nonviolent weed offenses, right? It's which predominantly still affects mostly, Black and brown people.
And the fact that there are people opening dispensaries while there are people in jail for,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
it's a very fucked up thing.
Not to like, I'm not trying to.
No.
You know what I'm saying, but
yeah. But it is fucked up, and Tulsa is ahead in some places, and they're not ahead in some places. They're ahead in the progressive thought that medical marijuana should be a thing, but they're not when it comes to certain segregation and just cultural things and preservation of historic stuff when it comes to Black and brown people. So it's really weird. It's an odd dynamic. They recognize that there is a problem systemically with imprisoning people for nonviolent marijuana crimes when it's used as a medicine, but they're still in the 1920s with a lot of their ways and thoughts and everything. So it's a weird dynamic. But shout out to Happy Hour Medicinals. They're doing not only that for the community, but they're changing the way people view marijuana in general. So, and that's the education is the key to change. So
it's like that's what I'm saying. So how come they're all of a sudden changing the way people view it? You know what I'm saying? That's nothing new. Mm-hmm. Like, if people could have done that, I don't know.
Well, man, people profit off of prison systems. You know that shit, man. Like,
I say that to say because it's like I'm part of this this group, right? And so
sure.
Someone was like, is it just me, or does it seem like weed hasn't been the same since they legalized it everywhere, et cetera, et cetera? And I feel like it totally it's different. Like, just when people say, "Oh, it's medicinal from the dispensary," like, you think it's gonna be like, I don't know, extra. I feel like is it just as good as going down the street? You know what I mean? Like,
as far as quality,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of the weed that you get from down the street usually comes from a dispensary at some point. Probably from out of state.
So then what's the difference?
There isn't a difference. I just think weed is in itself evolved with us, and we have been smoking it for so long and so much quantity that, if we smoked the weed that we're smoking now 10 years ago, we'd be fucking falling off the planet.
No, I don't think so. I think it's
I swear to God.
I feel like now because they legalized it, they're focused on like making the concentrates and the dabs and all that stuff. You know, they don't care about like growing the actual weed. So when it comes to that, they're just trying to grow it as much as possible. It's like, you know how chickens are bad for you now because they put all that extra shit in it. That's what
Somewhat.
they're just doing. Yeah, because it's all just they're trying to. It's you know what I'm saying. Like, what's
I
the
can see
word
what you're
for it?
saying, but there, it's GMO weed. No, and that or
No,
like
first of all, doesn't Monsanto own like all the seed companies or something like that?
they
Or they have
don't.
yeah, they do. It's like the Monsanto Protection Act or something. I swear, it's like a real thing.
So from my
They're above.
understanding, as far as where they get their seeds, they get their seeds from the actual plants that they continue to grow, and
I
they
mean,
have to they have to. I don't know if Monsanto comes in and inspects or takes record of the seeds and everything, but they have all their stuff. At least from what I know about the grow house that I was just at, um, they have their own seed. They just have to record um, how much the seed weighs, and then record how much it weighs from plant to, from what is it like a seedling all the way up through growth and stuff. And they have to like record all the waste it has and stuff. They're very like meticulous with it, but it's not tampered with. I see exactly what you're saying, but I just went into one of them grow houses and that weed was fire, right? We smoked several joints of the weed that we actually saw that was growing and stuff.
of course, they're gonna give you the extra good shit. Like if you're taking a tour,
No, bro,
what they were.
that was so impromptu. It wasn't even like a planned thing. We literally pulled up so we could do a cipher and like a photo shoot. And they were like, "Yo, do y'all want to take a tour?" The guy who runs it, he happens to be here, but he goes on lunch in an hour.
I thought you guys really like called and were like, "Can we tour the place?" And like,
No, like it was so like they were like just so happy. They're one of our sponsors and shit. So like the guy, when he saw that we were there, he was like, "Oh shit, y'all are the guys we paid to get here and shit." And they were like all surprised. They wanted to give us a tour and shit. Like it was
I
dope.
mean, would they have let you shoot the video in there?
We weren't necessarily like our camera guy got lots of footage. Like he got lots of stuff in there. Like, but you couldn't be in there without like a literal like astronaut suit because like you can't touch or tamper with the plants because they're that sensitive and they don't want anybody like taking the leaves or anything for like just the purpose of like recording the correct data as far as like how much the plants weigh and shit.
I
Like
mean, you
they
weren't gonna get anything. You were just gonna be walking through and then doing the song.
maybe like even still like it was just they didn't want you like being
Yeah,
extra in there and stuff. Like they said, you can come look at these plants and stuff. They showed a room that was like completely dark, and apparently that's a relatively small grow house, which it was like 5,500 square feet of just straight like warehouse where you could grow weed and everything. It was amazing, and we smoked some of the weed that was actually there, and that shit was fucking fire. Like I've never been like high like that off of joints. I don't even like joints. Like I'm a blunt guy, but like it's I don't know. I've had a different experience with
they
that.
also I remember I watched the video. And are you saying that you did it like while you were on the tour? You smoked
We made
because
bro, we smoked there.
yeah, but
It was
then
like
I
a
saw they were warning you, not warning you guys, but like saying when you guys got out, like, oh, you guys might feel a little lightheaded because of the extra oxygen.
100%, and that too. It was
So
like there
that's
was a
all it
lot,
is. It's like,
bro. That lasts for like a minute, and then we started like setting up to do like a little cipher in there because they were like, yeah, let's put this on wax and like make like kind of a cipher video with the happy hour medicinal shit, and they just pass around some joints and um
oh, so that's coming out. It's like that already
yeah,
came.
yeah. So that's gonna be a cool thing. Um, my homie Diane, who was out there, shout out to her. She vaped some of the weed that was out there. Um, Out of this crazy like insane contraption. It was amazing. Like it was a crazy experience. But But all in all, what I get around to saying is that that shit was some of the most fire weed I've ever smoked or seen in my life. And I actually witnessed it in its actual growth process on the 3 stages that they had, from like seedlings all the way up to like actual full plants to like flowering buds. It was crazy.
I don't know. I feel like because when I went out to California, I thought like the weed there would be amazing, but it really wasn't. Like it was just
Now,
regular shit.
now, tell me, do you think you have a high tolerance to weed? Like, factor that in, because that's the thing. You can go to
No,
like a
that's
lot of places.
I definitely, yeah, definitely I do, but at the same time, it's like I had a high tolerance before, and it's
Right.
still different. So I know the difference still.
Do you prefer dabs or blunts?
No, I don't. I've only ever taken like one dab ever, and my friend had to do it for me because I didn't like, you know what I'm saying? That's too much. I don't
Word.
even know what I'm doing. So
I used to do them shits a lot, dude, and they'll take you to another fucking world. Them shits are like super potent and everything, but like I used to get too high and not do anything when I did that shit. I can still be like a productive member of society when I'm like smoking blunts and shit. So I don't know. The dabs are good for when you want to like
I
really
don't know.
like mellow
You,
out, but
you know, back in the day when they were like, you had to smoke 10 times your body weight in weed. Yeah.
you froze up on me.
Over cool. Like we're now with all the awesome.
We bite.
Yeah, I don't know. What's the last thing you heard me say?
I said the last thing I heard you say was like, remember when you had to smoke 10 times your body weight in weed?
Oh, yeah, no, I was saying like now you could probably do that because they have all these concentrates.
Oh, 100%. I think you could. I think the most that people get fucked up over is the ingested weed oils and stuff. When you like do the edibles or the oils that you like actually ingest. Those are what I've been told to have way more psychological effects, but I have never actually felt any of those effects from any edible that I've eaten, which means I might be one of those the small percentage of people who just doesn't metabolize like weed through ingestion, which
How
sucks
much
because
do you know
I literally
like
like
the dosage or whatever that you took? Like the most
I
of?
took in like I've taken like 1,000 milligram THC like gummy bears, like eating like 2 or 3 of them, and
So
like
are
I
you
didn't feel
is
shit.
this like it was written on the label? Or you're saying you know
Yeah,
someone that made it?
no, it was written on a label.
As far as like if you've ever known someone to make it themselves, like do you know just like how much they put or whatever?
One of my homies made me weed brownies. He put 2 ounces in like a box of brownies that you would normally make. He put 2 ounces of weed butter, or he extracted THC from 2 ounces of weed into the butter that he used all of it for a batch of brownies.
Is that made from like shake and trim?
No, it was 2 ounces of straight buds.
Oh, that is a lot then. That is a lot. And that didn't work for you?
Yeah, no, bro.
What the fuck?
It, it was some really good weed too. Like
They
it
say
was
for
like
a
it
box.
was like yeah, go ahead.
No, they say for a box, like if you go online and look up instructions, obviously they're gonna give you like the light version, but they say an eighth for a box.
No, bro. An eighth?
Yeah. But that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I felt like so bad because I felt like we just wasted weed and shit. It was horrible.
Oh wait, he doesn't. He just decided to do it like that randomly. Or is that how he always does it?
He got a quarter pound. He gave me ounce. He kept the ounce for himself, and then he said, "I'm gonna make some brownies with these other 2 ounces." It was an idiot
Are you
who
sure
got
he
his.
only used one batch of brownies? Like
Yeah, I
he
watched
didn't
him do
save
it,
any. He didn't save any of the oil.
bro. It was my homie Kai. You don't know his last name.
Wait a
He
second. Wait
fucking
a
did
second.
that.
Wait. So how many like tables? How many sticks of butter did you put in this one batch? You can't. You don't need a whole stick of butter in a batch of brownies. That's what I'm saying.
Yes you do.
A whole stick.
Yes, he used not only the butter to like coat the whole thing on the bottom. He used the butter to like the extracted butter that he got from the actual weed shit. He used the butter, uh, the necessary amount that he used for the brownie. He
But
didn't have to
that's
use
all.
any extra.
But you can't. That's a lot more. Like matter that can be absorbed by the butter. That's not enough butter to cook all that. What do you mean?
It is. It is. Because you're extracting the trichomes and the THC and shit. You're not actually getting any of the bud from it. So it's like you're just extracting everything from the actual
Wait, so does he do it like in sections, or he really just does it all at once? Like he
in
cooks it with
sections.
one. Oh wait, you're right. You're right. I forgot because butter you have to mix
Yeah.
with the water. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking because I've only ever done it with oil, and with that I was like, you definitely can't cook that.
Yeah, you could do it with his technique and shit. But like motherfuckers was stuck for like hours and shit off that shit. And I was like fully functional and not feeling stuff and kind of annoyed. So
Yeah, that's weird.
some bullshit. I'm finally
know.
done smoking this. Finally done smoking this weed. Goddamn.
See, even back in the day, like because I made brownies so often, like I would get sick of the chocolate taste, right? So I was like, I don't even want to do this. We should just take shots of the oil, and that's exactly
Right.
what we did before a bike ride. It's like the best.
And that shit would get you high as fuck.
Yeah, no, I definitely had to lay down for a while after. It's like at the beach. It was like one summer I went, and I don't know. It's like a 3-hour bike ride.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe not. There's like a lot of stops, so that's how long it takes me. But it's probably an hour and a half if you just go nonstop.
Or goddamn. That's dope. Hell yeah. I would like to go on a really high bike ride.
Have you tried that? Just tell them not to make the brownies. Just be like, let me just get the butter and then take a shot of the butter.
I'm gonna do that like actually coming up because I have a dude who has his medical card. I don't want to get my medical card until I understand the stipulations on the Second Amendment Act with it.
Exactly.
But my homie does got his medical license, and he can get me oil straight up from this place called True Leaf down here, which is like a really like highly renowned weed and CBD place. So it's really dope. I'm gonna try some of that shit. If that shit doesn't work, I'm gonna chalk it up as I just am not meant to eat weed. So, but yeah, man. Shout out to Happy Hour Medicinals. They got me high as
yeah,
shit.
definitely. It's that oxygen. You could get it.
But
Get
maybe
an
the oxygen actually helped. They're pumping a lot of CO2 into that place too, so that they said that specifically, so that the plants can breathe. So it's a balance. I might be getting CO2 poisoning at the same time.
This is gonna sound super crazy, but have you ever done that? Like, have you ever like just tried to hyperventilate and like you get high a little bit, right?
Yeah, I've tried to. I've tried to do that.
Don't do
Like
that. Oh my
back
god, people, listeners, don't do that. I just had to say that.
allegedly, I did. I did it back in the day. Um, but I used to. I've done pretty much most shit besides like PCP and heroin and those hardcore, nasty, weird shits. I used to do whippets
Yeah,
and
of
everything.
course.
The whippets used to get me fucked up.
No,
I
I don't
used
trust
to.
that. I don't trust that.
That was the fucking CO2 fucking shit. Yeah, bro. That shit was fucking crazy. I remember them crazy ass days. But yeah, aside from that, tour was
No,
fucking
and
crazy.
yeah, exactly. Let's just leave it at that. I don't even want.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Um, I wanted to bring up a subject that we left off like a month ago. Like
What's
it
up?
was concerning your therapist.
Oh, what about my
Have you got a new
therapist?
therapist? How is that new
I
shit
haven't,
going?
just because it was easier to stay with this one. I was like, all right, I don't know. I feel
Word.
bad. I don't have a real reason to, because the last dude, like I had a reason to be like, I need a new therapist, blah blah blah. But I can't just be like, oh, I have insurance now, so I'm gonna go to a better doctor, right? Is that? It's not even
Yeah,
she.
I
Yeah,
mean,
she's not
you
even a
should you
doctor.
sh
So,
you should do that though to some extent though. Like you should always advocate for the best healthcare that you can get to fit your
but
specific situation.
you're right. But at the same time, it's just like I feel like right now, since it's harder to. I would have to meet someone all over again, and then it's through virtual anyway. So it's like you don't like necessarily really get a feel for the person.
Sure,
I don't know.
I understand. I understand. I understand. I'm about to
You're
get
right. I should
back.
I should at least look into it.
Now, but I only asked that because I was about to look back into all this stuff too.
I
Because
thought
I'm
you're not doing it right now.
no, I did it for like 2 months straight, about and it ended about a month ago.
Oh, I see. I see.
And I know I need to get back into it because I feel a difference in um not necessarily having somebody to just kind of dump on and have objective criticism about. So I need to do that. It's good, bro. It's for me. It's like taking care of yourself. Like if you sprain your ankle, you put ice and shit on your ankle. So you go through crazy
So
shit. You
that's
should talk
that's
to
that's
somebody.
what it is. Like you just gotta like dump it on someone. Basically, is that what you?
Not even dumping on like I do that and everything because like I don't know. I like to go on rants and shit. So I feel like I'm dumping on people and stuff when I do decide to actually talk about my shit. But it's more so just not having to feel responsible for how and what you say because the person that you're saying it to is objectively neutral in the whole thing.
I
It doesn't
mean,
have.
you that's ideal, but that's not necessarily true in all cases.
Then you need to get better therapist, the one that you trust a little bit better.
I'm not gonna trust any. Well, that's exactly why I need therapy. So how can you? You know what I'm saying? It's like a
You're not going to
never-ending
trust a
cycle.
therapist.
Exactly, I don't. And it's weird too because I don't know. Like because I was thinking about being like, actually, I don't want to, because now I have to pay for it. So I was like,
Right.
actually, maybe I just should stop going to therapy for a minute, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, why not? Let me just continue with her
Sure.
or whatever. But I'm saying, it's like, what was I saying? What were we just talking about?
Going to therapy and shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's like, I
If it,
felt
if
like
it,
I had to continue.
so yeah, I mean, if you felt like you had to continue, then hell yeah, you should. Like, if you're all right with that, then um, you should definitely do. I was just checking on you because I remember I said I would check on you about it.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like even when I was talking to the other therapists, like I try to make them. I let them know I don't trust them.
But why do you do that though?
Because I feel like I want them to try to work harder. I
Word.
don't know.
I mean, like, I don't know. You have to go. I go into therapy sessions with an open mind, right? Like, I'm going to almost overly show you who I am and see how you react to it as a person. And I've been extremely fortunate in the last few encounters to have good interactions with these people and stuff. I think if you just be objectively truthful and you put stuff on the table for people, I mean, they can give you opinions and they can give you directions and stuff, and then you kind of have to make the decision and pick and choose which you want to stick. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you have to take or view anything that you're talking to as a therapist as a personal thing, and therefore it's like plausible deniability on anything else that you know attribute whatever to your life. Like you can't, if you can get it out and know how it's received and how it's interpreted by like an objectively neutral source, then you can really like either check yourself or not. And
I
that's I
remember.
think what the
I remember what I was gonna say. I'm so sorry.
go ahead.
I was thinking about it this whole time. So
That's amazing.
because I was changing it over, now she had to get like my credit card info, right?
Right.
And she was like, she was like, you can text it to me now, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, isn't there supposed to be a website where I can do it? And I don't know. She was like, well, if you want, you can call the office and give it to them. And I was like, I don't want to text it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want, just in case. But I feel like still, like, it wasn't even about that. I feel like if I were to do that, it would ruin it for me. It's going to be like, oh, now she's only doing it for that.
Right.
If I give it to her directly, it's like, I don't know. But if I do it through the office, it's just like protocol.
You want them to kind of you want them to care more about you before they care more about the money and all that
exactly
stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
So it was more for me.
And I feel you on that. One thing we got to realize though is that being like a psychologist and somebody of that nature is not only a skill that is acquired and worked for, it's a emotionally draining and physically draining process to have to do that with several people. And it's a thing that you should at some extent, not even at the expense of the patients, and this is why our healthcare system sucks so fucking bad. But they should be compensated for their skill. That's a hard thing to do.
But I got a question for you though. Put yourself in my shoes though, right?
Sure.
Would you feel comfortable? Would you trust your therapist enough to be like, hey, you know what? I have it, but actually my Medicaid doesn't expire till May, so I would just rather use that until May. You think you could say that to your therapist and they would be like, okay? Or if you were to do that, you would have to hide that from your therapist.
You wouldn't have to hide that. You would. I mean, why would that have to come up? And are you enjoying the therapist that you have?
Because you talked about in your sessions that you got a new job, right? So they're gonna know that you have insurance now, or that like you're not eligible for Medicaid or whatever now, because you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So can you be like, oh, well, actually, let's just forget about that, and I'm not going to give my card info, but let's just continue on with what we're doing so I can have it still be free. And you can, for them, it's just a number in the computer, right? It's just a little number that they have to put in, and then all of a sudden I get charged. But if they just leave that little number route, it becomes free. So what could I trust them?
So are you just wanting to have free therapy?
I mean, yes, but it's also the test.
Well, I mean, like it's not a bad thing to want that. By the way, like it's like honestly, it's not. And I don't know, but
there's a code for it, so they're getting paid what they should be getting paid. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But could I have said that? Could I trust any therapist enough to be able to say that to them?
Sure.
I mean, do you
Sure.
trust your therapist? Would you, if you were like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not in that position because, like, I just pay
That's
for it
what I'm
outright.
saying. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, no,
Right.
but what if, like, you got like a really nice job, and they'll mostly do it based on income. Like if you get
Right.
paid more, you have to pay more for the sessions and
Right.
stuff. I don't know. Is that how they do it? So
Not even like it's like I don't know. Like I said, I might not be in that position because I built a good rapport with some of my therapists that I've been with,
of
and I haven't
course, and
had to say again.
I'm just saying, of course, and like that's why I didn't want to do that. That's why I just went and did it. But like that's why I made a big deal about the card. Like I can't just give it to you. I need to give it to the office. Blah blah blah. Because it would ruin it for me to
Right.
think that that's all she was doing. But I still feel like unless you could really trust your therapist to do that for you if you asked, and not even if you just didn't tell them altogether, but if that happened and like you were like, oh yeah, I have my new insurance now, and you would think that it would maybe you thought it would still be free, and it turns out it wasn't, and then you were
Right.
like, oh actually never mind, just pretend I don't have that. I feel like unless you could do that, you don't. I don't know. That's fucked up. Obviously, of course, you
The
should
thing
if you're in
is,
a position to
the thing
pay for
is, they're still
therapy.
gonna get paid.
That's why I'm trying to figure out why it was such a big deal. So do I trust them now, or do I think that they're just doing it? I feel like I trust. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I guess I trust them a little less.
Maybe they want to know that you're actually willing to invest in your actual health instead of just
Um,
trying to get off the coattail of something. Maybe
how
they
about
have that. And I'm not saying that that's a right way of thinking, but maybe that's what they're doing.
I attend my sessions every week, so that should show you how invested I am in it already.
Right. Right. So you're right. I don't
And
know.
so and so what? Like if the therapist knew that I had the option to pay and I didn't, would they all of a sudden like not care about me? They could just decide, oh well, I don't need to talk to you because that's fucked up, and they just don't care about your feelings anymore. Or I don't know how they would say it, but at the end of the day, because you're right, it's just they're getting paid either way. It would still be fucked up for them to change anything if you just said how you feel, right? Like,
I think the therapists actually specialize in being able to separate your financial situation with them and your actual problems and everything, because you wouldn't be there if you had a financial situation with them. I feel like in the first place, or they're just offering that to you out of whatever institution or whatever or whatnot. I don't know. You, I don't know, man. You have a very, very unique situation that I think you're to some extent, honestly, overthinking.
no, definitely.
Um,
But
I,
are they helping me if I'm continuing to overthink? Because I've said that at the beginning. They know that about me, and it's not helping.
I, I don't think I don't think therapists are supposed to cure you. I think therapists allow you to to find out what's wrong with yourself in a lot of ways and to affirm it, and then give you advice on how to fix those things, but not to just fix it. Like in my personal experience with therapy, I got the most out of therapy when I wasn't fighting against the therapist and I was actually listening when they were telling me what was being interpreted about what I was saying. Right? I didn't take it personal because this person doesn't know me to the full extent and everything. But communication is everything when you're talking to everybody in the world. So I feel like you got to be willing to just open up and be objectively open and truthful and honest and open to receiving feedback and separating the fact that it is a business, you know, and it is like a actual service too at the same time. Like you wouldn't go anywhere else and just get a service or something done for you and not expect to pay for it. Like, just go to a massage parlor and just say, I want a massage and my insurance will
No,
cover it later and
you
stuff.
know
Like,
what?
it's,
I do expect that sometimes because, and
I
this,
get you, and I get that. You're not wrong for that. You're not wrong for that. You're not. But the way our healthcare system is fucked up and stupid, you can't just do that nowadays. And it sucks that you can't do that, but it is a grim reality. I feel you, bro. You should be able to go get healthcare and things to take care of yourself and it not really fuck you up financially. I agree. I think we all agree with that shit. Like,
because that's what I'm saying. I don't think she's necessarily worth $20 a week. I guess is what it is.
that's amazing.
That is.
You get an hour session for $20 a week?
And no, and that's the thing actually, because before I thought, they're 45 minutes. They're not really an hour. They're 45 minutes. And how they did it there, it was like either 30 minutes or 45 minutes, right? So when it was free, like, sometimes our conversations would only be 30 minutes and I didn't think anything of it. But now, she is making sure that the sessions are 45 minutes, but also at the same time, I feel like I am saying more just because also subconsciously I'm like, now I want to get my money's worth. So I'm
right.
I don't know. See, she's not helping me. I still overthink all this. I still am overthinking everything. So.
Man, that's crazy, bro. You're a rapper. You should definitely be a rapper and just do an album called Overthink.
True.
That would be dope. Speaking of rapping, bro, like you were saying something about Megan Thee Stallion getting dissed. What the fuck was that all about?
The friend that was in the car. Remember the story of them in the car. Megan was with her friend and Tori was in the front seat. So now the friend that was her ex best friend is now putting out a diss track against her. So Megan's not looking good.
Really?
Yeah.
So here's some angles for that, just off rip from what you just told me. I bet you Tory Lanez paid that girl to do some shit.
I mean, whether or not that happened, she says in the song that Megan tried to do the same thing, but she didn't do it. She didn't take it. She said that Megan tried to pay her to say something. So that's what she's saying. Maybe you're right. Maybe Tory Lanez paid her more. So that's why she just decided to do it against her instead.
Right.
But supposedly, she says a line in there like Megan threatened her by like saying that she was going to release her sex tape or something like that. That was one of the biggest lines in the song.
Right.
So Megan's not in a good light. Like, why would she have to do that? You know what I'm saying?
Do you believe that that's what happened, or do you believe that this is all a result? Because we have to, in order to really understand this, we have to know that Tory Lanez or Megan Thee Stallion tried to pay her off to try and get them on the side because she was in the car. And then being a opportunist, if you're in that position as her best friend would be, as the one and only sole witness to whatever the fuck happened, and you wanted to be a maniacal bitch and barter for, who you want to advocate.
If someone's threatening to release her mixtape, yeah, of course, now it's going to be like, fuck you, I'm going to get
her mixtape.
And what's up?
Whose mixtape?
Megan's.
Oh.
Wait, what? Did I say mixtape?
Yeah. You meant sex tape?
Sex tape. That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Man, I don't think people care about that shit.
No. It was Kelsey's. Megan was saying she was going to release Kelsey's sex tape.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So
yeah, like.
Do you give it? I mean, first of all, do you think that really happened? Or you're saying you think that's not even?
I don't really know what's going on, like as far as all that is. I know a person who doesn't rap is doing a diss track, and you.
Let me play the song. You want to hear the song?
Play the song. It's
All right.
I'm tired of these bitches going over legends beats, trying to diss each other. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, somebody got shot.
Yeah,
How many
but
views?
did she die though? Like, it's like that's fucked up. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, how come? See, it's like, and never mind. She says it in the song. I don't even have to say it. So let me pull it up real quick. But I put up the lyric version too. All right. Can you hear it?
Bitch that crashed that boat on 42. It's a shame we're here today. Truth be told, it's cause of you. Couldn't control your little feelings. Look what dick is costing you. It was all good, yeah. About a week ago, shout out Bobby's murder, but this bitch is really cheap. If I was the one with the gun, you would've heard about a murder. Said her back was turned, but that girl know who really hurt her. Never been a jealous friend, and the people really know it. If you would've kept it solid, then I would've been told it. See, I really thought I knew you. Thought that you would keep it G. If you wanna talk gangster, bitch, I'm really from the street. Imagine lying to the DA saying I took some hush money. Put a muzzle on your friends, I'm acting like some crash dummy. Got my chain snatched? Damn, here you go lying. Yeah, A-list celeb, you doing too much trying. Where I get this money from? Bitch, you knew I was a hustler. Way she did 1501, shoulda knew I couldn't trust. Protect black women, huh? But you sending threats to me. Damn, I thought that you was solid, now the joke's on me. Damn, I ain't wanna have to do this, but you steady shooting shots. Dad said if I spoke, that a sex tape could drop. Was never supposed to be against each other. This what y'all made it. I'ma still live it up. Yeah, I know y'all really hate it. Sucking dick behind my back. Who really on their knees? You an overachiever. All you do is succeed. Claiming you a pimp, huh? But you're slipping on your Mac, and are you lying to your do they really know what happened?
Who shot y'all?
Cause you know it wasn't me. I was 10 toes down whenever you had beef. It's a goddamn shame. All you had to do is clear your best friend name. All you had to do is keep it real and stay the same. But you switched up on me for the money and the fame. Who shot you? I thought a bitch from Barrett County said so. You an H-Town hottie though, huh? Fuck out of here.
You don't believe it? You don't believe her?
I mean, yeah, I do believe her.
She's the one. Yeah, so she's denying that she took hush money from Tory Lanez.
Sure. She's also denying that she shot her. So what are we saying?
I was just saying.
Shot her? I don't give a fuck about this bitch rapping about her. She sounded all right. Like, she could rap for a little bit, and then at the end she started to fall off a little bit. But
she stole that, or her ghostwriter or whoever stole that one line from Childish Gambino.
Right. Yeah.
She's an overachiever because all she do is like, see, that was a Childish Gambino.
Yeah. Yep. I do remember that. Where do you rate Childish Gambino in your top rappers?
He's a really nice rapper, but I'll say like his best album, which I think is a 10 out of 10, like instant classic when I heard it, was that R&B one he did.
Awaken My Love.
Yeah, exactly. That's
amazing.
his best. Yeah, I was like, who the fuck was I listening to before? Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is real music. That's how I felt when I listened to it.
It was a really good album. I think that's, to me, it's a close second. That one's a close second. My favorite album was Because of the Internet.
Oh, true.
No, it was just like new age shit that was just not heard before. But you're right. Like the Awaken My Love was like an instant classic. It's amazing, like crazy. He's an amazing artist, dude. Like he's up there. Like when he drops shit, like people like pay attention. Are you a Kendrick Lamar fan?
Yeah, but I don't like his newer stuff that he's been putting out. The last good mixtape he had was Good Kid, Mad City, or the last full album that I really liked was Good Kid, Mad City.
Really?
Yeah, and I liked everything he did before that.
Wow.
Section 80, but I haven't listened to a lot of the newer stuff. I've heard some stuff on like the radio, but I haven't really. I don't know why. Am Am I missing out? Does he have a new song out or something?
He's got a new album coming out soon, and it's gonna be crazy. I know Drake is dropping in January. Who else is notable is dropping here soon? I don't know. I was just thinking about like
rumor has it 6ix9ine is supposed to drop something this weekend.
Is he really? Like, what is it? Like a compilation of something, or is it just a single?
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad he's dropping a single. I want to hear it. I've said this shit before, man. Like Tekashi is really like dope, or not Tekashi. 6ix9ine is really dope. He should only just drop singles. He does really well streaming wise and on the numbers when he drops singles, dude.
But that's what I'm saying. They might also only be successful when he takes these breaks from the internet. You know what I'm saying? That might be why he took this break this whole time. And now he started coming out again. Did you see that video of him in the club or whatever?
No, I haven't seen that video. What was he doing in the club?
I don't know. He was about to fight. I don't know who it was. It was some boxer, I think. Some boxer was there. His
ass whooped.
Yeah.
About to get fucked up. Speaking of boxing, did you see that Logan Paul and Nate Robinson fight?
I saw the memes. Yeah, I saw the memes.
Oh my god!
Wait, that was Logan. That was Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't Jake Paul?
Maybe it was Jake Paul.
See, that's what I was confused about because now, I thought that was Jake Paul, but now apparently Logan Paul is going to be boxing against Floyd Mayweather.
Right? Yeah, Floyd Mayweather.
So that's Logan, but I think Jake.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know because they see the money it got Floyd.
It's gotta just be for the money because that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would that happen? That doesn't. Yeah, that's a money grab, hardcore.
I mean, maybe it is a money grab, but at the same time, you still have to put in the work for it. So it's
100%. I just didn't think Floyd Mayweather would need money like that. Like he's made like hundreds of millions of dollars through boxing, if not like $1 billion. Like he's.
I'm wondering
he should be wealthy.
I'm wondering if Logan Paul is saying to him like, hey, look, I'll give you all my winnings. Just let me knock you out or something, you know? Because he just wants he's going to be big on YouTube regardless. Like, so.
I think Mayweather's legacy is even more important than the money. Like, he's the only undefeated boxer of
that is his legacy. Isn't that his nickname?
Money Mayweather? Yeah.
Money Team. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Floyd Money Mayweather. Yeah. But even still, like he's 50. What is he? 51-0.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, like he's never lost. He's not gonna lose to a fucking YouTube star, dude. Like it's not gonna happen.
If he's getting paid double for, I don't know.
Not gonna happen.
Because they have to pay them the same, right? Like
no, there's a deal worked out where Floyd Mayweather gets a way bigger cut.
Yeah, then it might not even be worth it for him at that point.
Well, yeah, like Mayweather has a lot more to lose. He's definitely going to take a much bigger cut of that money. Like, and if Logan Paul gets 10% of that pot, like Logan Paul is set for life. Doesn't have to work anymore. Like that fight is probably going to do, in my opinion, like $300 million. If Floyd decides to take 75% of that, Logan Paul gets $75 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not.
Even if he loses.
Yeah, like he's like, whatever, fucking knock me out. That's $75 million, and I got knocked out by arguably the greatest fighter of all time. Like, whatever.
Yeah, it's like
clown me, Rich. Like,
it's still setting him up to make more money the next time because, like, when you
exactly
every time you do it, they have to pay you more, right? Like
100%. That's what happened with McGregor, dude. Like Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fought. Because Conor McGregor is a UFC person, But he went into Floyd Mayweather's like ringing box with him, and like it was like a $500 million fight, and like Floyd took like 320 million of it, and Mayweather took like 180 million of it, and Floyd or Conor McGregor hasn't really been the same since. He's just been like, whatever. If I have a fucking $180 million, like
Yeah, that's what I was thinking would be next. I feel like he was gonna try to come after him after Mayweather.
I don't know.
Who else? I don't know. I don't really follow boxing like that.
I haven't been following that kind of boxing. I've been following like actual boxing and stuff. But yeah, man. What's it called? So Megan, what's we're gonna go back to this real quick, just for a second.
All right,
Megan, what is Megan doing about all this stuff? What's she saying about this track?
I didn't even catch the response. I think she just like with the Tory video. Like I think she just said something maybe on Twitter, but I didn't catch it.
All right. And when is this shit supposed to go to court?
I don't even know. Like, sometime I thought it was supposed to be sometime this year, but it's like coming up to the end of the year.
They keep getting pushed back.
Oh.
Yeah. You talk about Wizard Lee real quick. Who's that and like his stuff?
6ix9ine's engineer, the multi-platinum top 10 charting engineering legend, Wizard Lee.
Word.
So he's having a competition. I started working for him like a month ago. He's having a freestyle. Well, I guess it could be written, but a competition to rap over one of his beats. If you if any, do you have Hulu?
Yeah.
There's a documentary that's out, and it's a horrible documentary. First of all, because they didn't even have 6ix9ine's permission to do it. They lied to Wizard Lee. They told him it would be a SoundCloud documentary, and then they changed it. And this documentary doesn't even have his real name, I guess, because they didn't want to they wanted to avoid any copyright stuff. So the title of it is like the number 69, the Daniel Hernandez saga or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that shit. I've seen like the trailer for it and stuff.
Yeah, so Wizard Lee is in that. Okay. So, but I don't know. He had us working for him. Like we're basically running his Instagram. And then on top of that, we had to like contact a certain amount of people, and then there's a spreadsheet, and whatever. But he's saying like one of the dudes that was on the team is already gone, and he's like, we might have to fire you guys, or this might be the last week if we don't start seeing sales, blah blah blah. So this just happens to coincide with that freestyle contest. So now I'm thinking I need to do like a diss track, and on one hand, maybe if I really make it a diss track, like it'll get him attention, right? And then I'll sell his beats. I don't know.
Dude, do what you feel you should do, man. That's
honestly, you know what? And at the beginning, he was really talking about we need to sell like 3 beats, right? And he didn't care. He didn't care like what kind of leases they were. The leases were starting at $25.
$25. Yeah, I saw that.
So $150 a week. I literally could have been like buying the beats with the money he was paying me, and you know what I'm saying? Like, is that what he wants me to do? I could do that and like fake it. Like you should buy it, and then I'll just like send you the money or something like.
Right.
But not if he's watching this. I mean, clearly that's not what I'm doing. I really wanted to do it, so fuck it if he's watching this. But I'm saying, I could have done that. And I feel like I'm doing more than what he wanted because I'm making videos and stuff for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Nah, man, like, dude, hip hop is the last free way of expression, bro. You should do whatever you feel is.
I thought you were gonna enter the contest too, though. You gotta do it.
I am. Bro.
I messaged you from that account too. Like,
yes, you did.
Beats forever ago.
Yep. Nah, like I already know. You're not lying at all. Like I said, bro, I've been kind of in a daze for the past day. I just got back yesterday, and I've been just trying to like catch up on sleep and rest, and been hanging out with my lady, and just been trying to get back into the mind of having to go back to work tomorrow for a little bit. So,
True. What time you got work tomorrow?
At 4. I got a show this weekend on Sunday, and then I got a rehearsal on Monday, and then I got a show on Tuesday, and then I got another show on Wednesday next week. So it's like even after I get off on Saturday, then yeah, I got a show on Sunday too. Yeah, damn, I have 2 shows on Sunday. I have one in the morning and then one at night. That's fucking retarded. Excuse my language.
Do you upload these anywhere besides Facebook? Like
Facebook, Instagram, my artist page on Facebook.
You don't have a YouTube with all the videos?
Not really, because I can, like, Instagram lets you save like moments and shit from your stories. So I always just post everything to a story, and then I'll just literally like just save it. And they're available to see under my Instagram profile. I want people to go on my Instagram profile the most, anyways, aside from YouTube, because it just kind of consolidates everything a little bit easier, and like you can see all my videos, my content, my posts, and my music all in one place. So makes the most sense. But yeah, so like I think I'm gonna do the Wizard League contest thing tomorrow. I just been fucking tired as fuck. I got back and I really just been eating and writing and smoking and hanging out with my lady.
True.
So
that's what I'm saying. So if you've been writing, then
I mean, I got a lot of shit in the tuck or whatever that I can put to it, man. Like it'll be a good video and shit. I'm down to get reposted by him and shit. But I heard some of the other people and they were alright and everything. But
no, and that's what I'm saying too. Like random people will like if someone will like multiple things, he'll like take a screenshot and then repost them and stuff, right?
Right.
But when I did that, he didn't repost me, and he doesn't follow me on his personal one. Of course, the one that we all work out of.
Right.
The Wizardly Beat Crew is the one that's like the team one, and then he has his personal one. He doesn't even follow me on his personal Instagram.
That's kind of weird. Maybe he's a hater.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever. If he is a hater, fuck it. I'm gonna still rap on one of his shits and see how he likes it.
If you're gonna do it, then I can't. Can you still ghostwrite it for me?
Nah. Hell nah. I ain't gonna ghostwrite shit.
I don't know. Man. Yeah, I've been. Because you're right. That and have you seen my mashup? I did a
mashup of all of your shit, all your verses. Yeah, I was listening to.
No, not that. First of all, that's horrible. I need to take that down.
I was listening to that. That shit was cool.
I mean, the idea was cool, but I don't know. I could have done a better compilation. But
what
the fuck was I saying now? I forget.
Did I see that mashup?
Oh, I made a version of that beat that the freestyle is gonna be on with Megan Thee Stallion Body. Do you like that song?
Body yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
It's a TikTok sensation.
I feel like my version is way better. That I made the mashup with Wizard Lee's beat and that one. I feel like it sounds a lot better, and I can't even think about the song without hearing that version.
Well, why don't you post that shit?
I did. And people agree with me. That's what I'm saying. That's what they need to be paying me for. You see what I'm saying? Not for doing the Instagram data stuff.
Hey, Wizard Lee, do you see what my boy Gino just said? He wants to take your tracks and remix them joints because he said he's getting a great response out of that shit.
Oh, actually, the one really good one I did. I made a 6ix9ine mashup with one of his beats, and of course, all his fans are 6ix9ine. So now I'm thinking like we just need to make a whole bunch of doesn't he have all the 6ix9ine's acapellas? Like
should have all the stems.
That's what I'm saying. We should just make a remix out of all the songs, and that's technically his, right? Or can 6ix9ine like? I don't know if I don't know.
I have no idea. I haven't heard anything about 6ix9ine in a minute. Like,
that's what I'm saying. There's a dude that's a super fan that I follow, and he's the one that messaged me. It was like, "Hey, I heard he was coming out with something new on Friday."
Word.
So I don't. But at the same time, Wizard Lee, he did like a Q&A on Instagram, right? And someone asked him, "Have you heard from 6ix9ine?" He was like, "Nope, I haven't heard from him." So I'm trying to figure out if he got a new engineer or if he already recorded this and like, you know, he's just now coming out with it. But I didn't want to ask Lee about it. Like, well, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I feel like that's why he's like so desperate to sell his beats now, because he's like, oh shit, maybe 6ix9ine went and got a new engineer. Like, so now I really need to do something else, because I don't know. He has some other nice artists that he's engineering for too, but you know what I'm saying? I'm wondering why he only has 20,000 followers. Like, engineers really get no respect. Like,
I mean, you're somewhat of an engineer. Like, do you know like a lot of engineers?
Yeah.
I mean, like, then who's the most famous one?
Oh,
No?
I thought you meant like locally.
There's no famous engineers. They all get slept on, except for like Ollie. Yeah, you're right. Engineers always get slept on, and they're like the backbone of every song.
And he's not like I don't know if I say it, but he's not even like verified on Instagram. So there's certain things like I don't know. We were trying to do something on Instagram, but it turns out you like had to be, or no, it was Twitter. I couldn't make our username the same as the Instagram. It could only be 15 characters if you were verified or something. Or under, I don't know the limit. I don't know. It was either I was going to make.
You had to be verified to have more than 15 characters, basically.
I think it was like under. I think I was trying to do like WLBC or something, and it wouldn't let me. So I forget if it was under or over. But somehow, you know what I'm saying? And these are things that I would think that a big time engineer wouldn't have to worry about. Like,
right.
Like, we're literally just DMing people on Instagram. That's what he's paying. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's paying us to DM people, and there's a limit. You know, it's like 100 DMs or whatever.
A day.
You, yeah. But I'm thinking, like, I don't know, how people do it though. They have like spam bots. Like, he can't just hire a spam bot to do this,
right? Because it probably, like, a spam bot would probably look like terrible. Like actual spam.
I see. Yeah, no, I feel like that's what people do though.
Right, they do, and it doesn't work. Maybe the data shows that spam bots do not work at all. And I don't know. That seems fishy. Like, why?
Wait, which part seems fishy?
Just everything about it. Like, it's like, so like he's really like a Grammy nominated or Grammy award winning engineer.
I don't know about Grammys. He's multi-platinum. Billboard top 10. The Billboard #1.
Really?
Yeah, for Trolls. Trolls went #1.
And he engineered that joint.
And he engineered and that's the thing too. He engineered for Kanye West, right? So I feel like I need to reference my Scott Disick song so that he'll be I don't know. I need to get them to hear it or something, right? Like, that's why I really need to do this. I don't know.
For sure. Nah, man, you should definitely do a diss track, man. Fuck everything that, like, we gotta stop doing shit to make other people comfortable and start doing what we want.
I mean, I'm doing it as a gimmick, so is that gonna work? Because you know what I'm saying?
If it's what you want to do, you should definitely do it.
Is that gonna help him sell beats, or is it a self-serving gimmick?
Two things can be true in that sense. You can self-serve and you can help himself beats. I mean, if he picks up a bunch of followers because there's like a internet beef and everything, and people are going in on it, and like people want to hear more about it, then that's a good thing. You get more eyes and more followers on potential business.
And it's like his audience. They're all 6ix9ine fans, so that's what they respond to. So I feel like that's what
Right.
we needed. I
100%.
don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Don't put all that stuff out there before somebody else beats you to it. You should definitely do a diss track though.
I mean, it ends Friday, so this will probably come out. It'll be too late, but there was one really good verse on there that I've seen so far. So far, only like 5 or 6 people have entered, but there was one guy that did a really good job, and I'm trying not to make mine sound too much like his flow anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he had the best one. I recorded one already as a backup. That verse I sent you, I just did it over that. It doesn't sound good at all. Like I mean,
right.
As far as I'm rapping it fine, but I'm saying the lyrics don't really match the music. But if I have to, I feel like I could just still post that at the last minute, right?
Get in your bag and post whatever you can. You can rap.
It's like I have to do it super fast. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So I'm in that fast rap category. So that'll be a new thing that that I haven't seen from one of the contestants.
Word. That's dope. I'm not gonna be fast rapping on shit. I'm gonna just spit these bars, or try to on that. That beat really isn't my steez, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
That's what I'm saying. I thought we were gonna be able to pick whatever beat, but then when he said that it had to be that one, and that's also why, like, I don't know. I need to. He was telling me that I need to like post more and stuff, and I was like, of course, like this is the week I'm trying to write my shit to this song,
right?
Because the one I had doesn't fit. But I don't know. You want to hear it real quick?
Yeah, run that shit.
Tell me if you think I'm doing it right. I'm just gonna hold it up to the mic, not to the camera. Oh wait, can you hear it?
Yeah.
You say you don't know what to do with me? Might as well write me a eulogy. All of the shit that you said at me, dead, bitch. I don't have time for the foolery. When you took the opportunity, trying to do what you thought you could do to me, I'll play along like you're fooling me. And it shit working so beautifully. I might be hopping up buying that bullshit you telling me this is a duty free. Fly by your mission, it won't make no difference. I'm making you face all the scrutiny. What you want in the hot, I'ma bring it to lighter than making some bright like it's jewelry. Truly thought it'd be you and me too, but they spit on my teeth, will always like shootery. You said what I'm talking about, you got it, you dropping the ball and I got it like tender narcotic. I'm sitting in the dock and I'm getting the profit, they gonna stop it. Don't try to claim me, that shit forgave me. He isn't my baby, just good little babies. Get up on my aqua, look out with the baby. I'm winning this shit and it isn't a maybe.
Is that too fast?
No, that was zero.
It sounds like it doesn't fit with that beat.
I think your flow and cadence and everything on that shit is perfect. I think maybe you should smooth out your volume a little bit. You just record that on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you're fine. You're in the pocket. That shit is dope. You could definitely use that if you wanted to. I think that would be ill.
True.
I like your rhyme scheme on that shit. He was tripping a little bit. I love it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, but it doesn't make sense for the contest, and it doesn't sound right with the beat. It's all just about, like, I don't know. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I see that all the time, though, and I'm just like, people are just fascinated just because they're rapping fast, but they're not really saying anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So,
I mean, I hear what you're saying in that shit, so it's not like.
But that's not necessarily his audience, though.
Right.
I mean, he's also I was in the middle of like listening to all the artists he's worked with. He's also worked with he's actually worked with Tory Lanez. Well, that was, I guess, for all the 6ix9ine features he worked with, but he also worked with Young M.A.
Okay. Young Ma.
I thought it's M.A.
It is M.A.
Okay.
Yeah, it is M.A.
But apparently something happened between them. I could totally use that in my diss track.
Probably could. I thought Young M.A. got arrested this past weekend.
Oh, did she?
For some, I don't know for what reason, but I think she did. It's bullshit. Tired of that happening. Do you think cops are systemically going after rappers, or do you think that's it's an actual point of interest for cops to really arrest and target rappers?
Definitely. They're not going to target them necessarily like out in the open, but they have undercover people like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
industry plants, other rappers. There are some other rappers out there that are really just undercover and I go back to at what 6ix9ine was saying about that girl, Desiree Perez.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe it. Like
Oh man.
you don't believe
I,
that?
I don't know about that. I still don't know about Desiree Perez. I know about I tend to agree with you that there are industry plants and people who are meant to stake out on actual rap artists and stuff and target them for crimes and everything. I don't know, man. That shit seems very, very weird. I think it's a catch-22 because there's so many rappers and everything who come from a street background and haven't let it go, and therefore they get on and are much more in the spotlight while still doing dumb shit that they should let go of. Like, it sucks. Like, it's weird because there's almost a reason to go after rappers in a sense when you don't separate the bag from rap, from the bag from illegal shit. I just hope people can get it together because there's been a lot of deaths and arrests circled around rappers in the last like 3 or 4 years, and it's been pretty fucked up. Like, I feel
That's
like
what I'm saying. Like
we've lost a lot of good rappers and shit lately.
And other than that, I just mean like you hear about and you always I feel like these celebrities have these like $1 million homes. They should have better security, but more and more often like, these celebrities' houses are like getting broken into and shit. Like, how does that happen when you're a celebrity like that?
People tell, man. There's a lot of snakes. Those secret invitation parties, people are telling them to jack boys and having them jack them shits and stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's really fucked up. That's what, like, just off the top, bro, like, in the last, like, 2.5 years, and like, since 2000, or almost 3 years now, since 2018, we lost so many motherfucking, like, rappers, dude. It's ridiculous. We lost, like, XXX, Mac Miller, fucking Juice World, Pop Smoke, King Bond, like, all these motherfuckers to, like, just illegal shit or, like, gun violence and everything. And it's like, like, at that point, when you're on that kind of level, because you don't hear about this in any other genre of music, right? It's just the rappers. Why wouldn't the cops and stuff be focused on that when that type of shit is happening at that kind of ratio? You know what I'm saying? Like, Nipsey Hussle, like, all these people were just getting gunned down or dying from like drugs and all that shit. It's
No,
really
actually,
fucked
well,
up.
now that you say that, I mean, well, now that you tie in the drugs in there, I don't see them research or investigating what's her name, Demi Lovato.
They should though, and they definitely should. Like, they should investigate her because they took pity on her when she was basically saying I'm a drug addict and all this stuff. And instead of, like, shunning them when I guess a person who might be like a rapper or an athlete or something does the same. It's weird. It's a weird like double standard. How certain people's like embarrassments or other people's like,
You're right. I'm trying to figure out. I've been trying to think this whole time if there is any other like pop singer or like country singer.
Right,
maybe I don't know.
There isn't, bro. Like, I haven't heard of
Dimebag Daryl.
Oh my god.
Off stage.
Oh my god. I mean, but like you just see, like, think about we're laughing about it.
Selena. You're right. I don't mean to make light of the situation. I'm just saying.
No, like we're laughing at like the Tory Lanez and Megan situation. Like, that that easily very well could have ended in somebody getting shot and killed. If there was a gun and it went off. Like we laugh about that shit. Like let that shit. Like let the gun have been pointed a little bit to the right or some shit. Like you don't know what could have happened, regardless of who did it and stuff. Like we laugh about that shit because we almost become desensitized to it because it's happening so often, just within the rap culture, and it's really odd. Like it's really odd just to like
Laughter is a
understand that.
defense mechanism.
It is for sure, but like it's not. I'm not like saying it's odd about the laughter. I'm saying it's odd about like why is it that rap culture is the most is still like is it the most apparently violent culture?
Not when you look at like when people like to do like mosh pits and shit like that. Like, what music is that? Like, that, like death metal shit. That's they kill each other in mosh pits and stuff, right? Like,
I think so, man. Like maybe I've just been seeing lately a lot of death and focus from law enforcement on black and brown music.
well, when you have correctional officers that turn into rappers, like that can
Rick
happen.
Ross. That's funny.
Did you hear what I said? Are you back?
Rick Ross. You said Rick Ross.
Is it me? I need to
I'm here, brother. Yeah.
All right. What was the last thing you heard me say?
I don't know. You were saying some shit.
I was saying that's what happens when correctional officers become rappers.
Like Rick Ross.
Yeah. and informants are CEOs of record labels.
Right. And people snitch on people like 6ix9ine.
People snitch on people like 6ix9ine. Oh, so 6ix9ine. Okay, I see. Yeah. No, but I mean, I'm talking about what he was exposing. Is what I'm talking about.
Sure. He wasn't on the righteous side of that stuff, man. 6ix9ine was very much a self-righteous person in all of his acts that he was doing.
But you don't think it's weird that Future is like always rapping about this shit, and that's never happened to him? You know, they can arrest people when
Future's been arrested. Future's been arrested on not for
drug
not
charges.
only for drugs,
drug charges. Oh,
not only for drugs, but for like child support and all that shit. And
that's different. That's different.
And like he's like Future's weird. Lil Wayne's been arrested for drugs and shit several times, and he also has been having seizures and shit and everything as a result of his drug use. Which sucks. What's up?
Recently, this is the news. Recently, he was having seizures and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, within the last like couple years and stuff.
Oh, I see. No, because I was about to say I know he came out with a new song recently.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it. He came out with the whole mixtape, No Ceilings 3. And I did not listen to it. I'm still off the Lil Wayne train right now. Like he's kind of weird to me.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But nonetheless.
True. Who else is weird? What do you mean? Like, why? What makes him weird?
What, Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
Nah, man. Like I've stopped listening to Lil Wayne a little bit because of that Donald Trump endorsement and the
support. But you didn't stop listening to Kanye. Did you stop listening to Kanye?
Kanye outright admitted that it wasn't about like the politics and all that stuff. It was more so to try and like get into the White House so that his wife could do what she needed to do
What
and
about
helping
some of
people get out of
these?
jail.
What about some of these owners of these sports teams, or some of the sports, the team, the players that? So, and
Oh,
you're still gonna support football.
I definitely am going to support the players and stuff because the owners don't represent me. The players do.
Some of the
Like,
players are still in support, though,
and
right?
I don't fuck with those players.
But but you're still gonna support the whole system.
It's not about supporting the whole system. Like, it's not about the support of the whole system. Lil Wayne is somebody I've been listening to since 1997. And so I have a predetermined whether I like it or not, and whether he likes it or not, view of how he is and how he's came up and shit. And whereas he used to speak to the relevancy of things that were happening in my life in the past 10 years, he hasn't, music wise. And then on top of that, he's saying kind of inflammatory and weird shit in support of stuff that I morally just don't agree on. So I don't want to listen to him.
True.
Like I have no personal connection with football teams in the NFL. Like I just like watching them on
I thought you
TV.
do.
Why?
I don't know. I thought
I love
you had.
football. I don't like a.
I totally forgot. Maybe because I know you lived in that neighborhood. I thought you knew someone that was like a football player or something.
Yeah, I mean, but even still, like I don't like care about like individual teams and stuff with the NFL and stuff. Like whatever. Like I just want to watch football.
True. I'm
Yeah.
I'm so surprised that they're doing it though, because I thought they were. Are they not canceling sports again?
A couple of like games have been moved back and like rescheduled, but they're for the most part proceeding like full go without, a lot of these games don't have any fans in the stands or very few. And it's very odd to see, but they're still having these games. They're getting a lot of TV ratings. That's a multi-billion-dollar business. They can't just stop that shit. Excuse me. Like there's way too much money invested in that shit for those guys not to play. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Moving into the early part of this next year when Biden gets inaugurated. I think he gets inaugurated on the 20th or 21st, and we'll go into lockdown pretty soon after that. I think.
I did hear he was going to ask everyone to wear masks for his first 100 days or something like that.
He's gonna go into lockdown pretty soon after.
I've been hearing this. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I thought they were about to go into lockdown soon, like in the next coming weeks, kind of thing.
I mean, they might do that, like in specific places, but I don't know if it'll be a federal mandate, like it was like last time, where everything is locked down. We'll
so
see.
even in Florida, is going to be locked down.
Yeah, which is crazy because we've been open most of the time that this shit's been going on, which has been amazing.
Do you follow the numbers like in the state specifically?
Yeah, we have a very we're in like the top 10 of the shit. It's not great. It's not. It's a very unsettling feeling, and it's not like. It's hard to be safe when you have these numbers and so much going on around you, and you work in both of the industries that I do, like the service industry and the music industry. Like it's just hard to not be around people. It's and you really have to be at the mercy of other people's safety. And
that's what I'm saying. There's like really no way for everyone to be safe. Like, I mean, they could be 100% following every guideline, but you can still
100%.
get it.
Like, 100%. And it's a real thing, man. It's not a fake. It's real. Like we got to get out of this narrative that it's a fake thing. Like I know people who have close people to them who have died directly from this, whether it was, whether it came up as a result of them being exposed to the fact that they had some kind of underlying condition that they didn't know they had. COVID was the catalyst to exploit that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a fake thing. Like, people are getting sick from this shit, and there are people who are dying from this shit. So
No, but I was just talking about this with someone else. But you know that hospitals get more money for
100%.
Right. So I'm trying to figure out to what extent they are messing with the numbers, because you're right. I mean, a lot of people, they got it and then it affected something that they had already, and it was directly from that and not the other thing. But there are some cases where it wasn't.
Absolutely.
And they were like, well, let's just count it. So,
I mean, I think we were talking about last time when we were talking about voter fraud. Like, when you're dealing with like hundreds of millions of people, and in our case with COVID, I think the cases have been up to like something like 9 million cases or some shit like that, something like a lot of cases. It's very difficult. You're going to have some messed up numbers and stuff, and I do think that there are some places and hospitals and institutions that are counting numbers wrongly for their own personal benefit. But I don't think it's more than I wouldn't say it's more than like a 5% influx or more. Nothing significant enough to diminish the impact of what COVID is doing around the country specifically. And whether or not it's I always like to say that two things can be true. It's like almost a cop out, but in this case, it can be true. Like, you can have an influx in number, and it can still be a very dangerous thing, and people can still be very directly affected by it. And it always happens. You get to understand it a little bit more when you know people who've had it, and they can tell you that it's not something that's just a weird thing. Like, I know people who are in good health who, at certain points in having it, were like, "Yo, I might die."
You still smoke cigarettes?
I smoke just blunts.
Oh, yeah. I'm worried just because I need to stop smoking cigarettes, but I don't know. I feel like it would get me because of that, right?
I mean, smoking anything is not a great thing when you at the very foundation. But I mean, as long as we're not we don't have any underlying condition or anything, I don't think it'll necessarily.
No, there's definitely something going on. I don't know. I went, like I said, I don't know if I talked to you about this already, but for the longest time I thought something wrong with my heart, but I went to a cardiologist. They said it was fine. So now I'm thinking maybe it's my lungs, but it's literally been like this for the longest time.
Well, my hot take, I'm sorry that happened. That's bullshit. And then I hope they figure out what the fuck is going on. I think I got COVID. I think I had COVID a year ago, right around this time. I got sick for 2 weeks, and it was the most shittiest feeling ever. I couldn't ever get any breath. I took 2 nebulizer, treatments per day. I was always puffing in an inhaler. I would walk up the stairs, and I would have to sit down. You got asthma normally,
or you're just saying
somewhat a little bit. I have asthma, in certain situations and stuff, but for the most part, I'm pretty, I'm healthy as fuck aside from that. And that shit sucked. And it affected not just me, but several people I was working with as well. It went through the whole downtown of Tampa, horribly. People got really, really sick and stuff. And we think that was COVID, because none of us have had it since, and we've been directly exposed to several people.
I don't know. I will say this is normal because it started in March, right? So normally
the lockdown started in March.
Yeah. But I usually get sick twice a year. One in the springtime, and I actually didn't get sick in the spring. And I feel like that's because everyone was doing,
right,
hand sanitizer, all that. But I feel like now I'm getting worried about it because I am starting to feel sick now that the weather is like changing to colder.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like I still get paranoid. Like I mean, it's like in the morning I'll feel kind of sick, but then I'll get over it throughout the day. I don't know.
Nah, man, you just gotta treat your body good, bro. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta eat good and really just focus on trying to stay healthy and taking care of ourselves. Because this shit is real, man. Even without COVID, we're going into flu season. That shit is real too. So
Doja Cat got it from Postmates, she said. So what can you do?
You can't do
shit. Actually, no. I was gonna.
Doja Cat said you got a Postmates.
I know that we are. I know it's been a minute. I mean, I don't know how long you have to do this, but I know
I got a few more minutes, so we're good.
Okay, cool. But have you been are you a fan of I told you about Bad Girls Club and like I'm a huge fan, right? Have you heard anything about the new show that they have going on?
I haven't.
Well, I actually did an episode actually with my other friend because she had done some BGC reviews with me back in the day. So we started to talk about it, but we are going to be reviewing it. It's like Natalie Nunn. You know who that is? Natalie Nunn?
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest name, right? Rocky,
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, Sarah, Christina, and Jada are all in it.
Really?
And they're on, it's Ray J's show. He's the producer of the show. It's called The Conversation. And the whole point is like, they just sit down. There's no hosts and there's no like agenda. They really just sit down and they talk.
That's dope. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Like it's like a live podcast for
them. Well, they're like super dressed up. I guess it's kind of set up like a reunion to a reality show. Because he's on. Isn't he on Love and Hip Hop? Is he still on there? Ray J. I mean, yeah. Because like the first each little series or whatever is only like 2 or 3 episodes. So the first one was him. And I guess it was Princess Love, isn't that her name? His wife or whatever, girlfriend. But so that's what I'm saying. But the whole drama with it was they were going kind of behind the production company's back, Bunim Murray.
Okay.
I don't know. No, my whole point. That's not even what I was getting at. What I was trying to bring up was the fact that they invited this porn star to the house because they also before the show on Zeus. They were supposed to do a show on OnlyFans, and I bought the OnlyFans because I'm dumb and I thought there was going to be episodes.
But
it turns out it was just like I guess it was like behind the scenes of I don't know.
Right.
But so one of the girls, the porn star, do you follow any of these like porn star, OnlyFans celebrities on Instagram?
I do not.
Her name is Danny Banks. She's amazing. You need to go follow her though because
Danny Banks.
She should have been on Bad Girls Club. Danny Banks with 2 eyes.
Danny Banks.
Danny Banks, yeah. So she got coronavirus, and then it was like a big deal because they were all in the house together, all the bad girls and stuff.
Right.
So then I'm watching this, and it's like they were all hitting like a vape, and it's like,
oh god,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy. That's terrible.
But so because they went outside of the production company and stuff, I feel like they did that shit. If you watch it, maybe it's me, but this is like, this is the most petty Bad Girls Club type thing you could do, really. But I feel like one of the girls on there wanted to hit it because she saw Natalie hit the vape pen, and she wanted to be like, if I get coronavirus, I can say it's from Natalie and doing this show.
So some conniving ass bitches out here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole show is crazy, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that too. I wanted to do a rap where I mention like Bad Girls Club because they're gonna be trending too. So I just need to do I need to do all this shit that's just trending right now, right? Like
you definitely do. Get the clout up and shout out to Zuli. From Bad Girls Club.
Oh yeah,
love
I
you, babe.
forgot you're friends with her. Oh my god, what's up? What's
Yeah.
up? Zulie's watching
Yeah.
this.
Zuli's dope. I fuck with Zuli. She's the shit. So hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She needs to make a comeback too.
I know. Get her ass on the show. I'll talk to her quick. I'll see if she can get on the show.
All right, sounds good. Oh, you mean as a guest on here?
Hell yeah.
I'm down. Do it. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, dude.
I got some questions for her.
I think we all do. We ain't seen her in a minute.
All right, but yeah, I'm probably
Hell
about
yeah.
to get off of here. We are running out of time. When's
All
that
right,
video
brother.
coming out though? I tried to look it up before I got on here. I thought we were gonna premiere it.
I'm gonna show it to you very shortly, brother.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
I got you, man. Love y'all.
All right, see you guys. Thank you.
Holla.